Greetings and blessings, dear friends in the Spirit 111. It's Eddie Luisi. How are you? How was your week? I just came back from LA, Hollywood. Hurry for Hollywood. Yeah, Hollywood. I actually saw both of our daughters, Liv, who works at the Kelly Clarkson Show, and Gracie, who is taking a gap year. She got a new apartment in Burbank, and I went there for 3 days to help her move in and shop. There were some long days. Got up early, didn't go to bed. One night 10 o'clock, the other night 11, the other time 12. Now I know for you guys, what? That's not late, Eddie. But I work Good Morning America, so I'm usually in bed around 7, 8 p.m. But it was a beautiful week. I got to see my two lovely daughters and their best friends. I saw my great friend and author, Cliff Shipe. We spent 2 days together, so it was really wonderful. And we went to a taping of the Kelly Clarkson Show, where Liv is a production assistant, and it was her first day on the set. So it's exciting to be on the set and then to see her in the background. She was waving to me. So love you all. Today's talk is called You Are Exactly Where You Are Meant to Be. That's a long one, but it's a good one. This is Season 2, Episode 29. I'm recording this on Sunday, 10/3/21. All right. So for those of you on video, and sorry you podcast people, but you can't see this, but I'll give you guys a shot of this. It's basically a dark picture with a moon and then some water waves and a boat. And it says, don't worry if you make waves simply by being yourself. The moon does it all the time, right? You are exactly where you are meant to be. You are exactly who you are. And we are all still growing, right? And we're all still getting into that groove, getting into that creative spirit that we're supposed to be. But you're exactly where you are meant to be. And I'm going to read a little prayer meditation that I read every morning that basically says that. Okay, I am reading from Sacred Readings and Meditation. You belong everywhere. Yes, you, with all your history, anxiety, pain. Yes, everywhere. In every culture, community, circumstance. You belong in this body. You belong in this very moment. You belong in this breath. And this one, you have always belonged. That's received from Sabine Selassie. You belong, a call for connection. So now I'm going to read the St. Teresa's prayer. This is a prayer that I have up right outside my little office studio here. And every morning I read it. And I have a whole ritual of prayers that I read. I have some reflection books that I read upstairs. And then I come down here and I have a cross. And this is by the cross. And I say a prayer. And then I pray when I go out the door. And I pray for you guys all the time, my dear friends in the Spirit 111. May today there be peace within. May you trust God that you are exactly where you are meant to be. May you not forget the infinite possibilities that are born of faith. May you use those gifts that you have received and pass on the love that has been given to you. May you be content knowing you are a child of God. Let this presence settle into your bones and allow your soul the freedom to sing, dance, praise, and love. It is there for each and every one of us. May I get an amen? Amen. Okay, so dear friends in the Spirit. Oh, on my plane ride home from LA, guess who was on my plane? I think I sent out a little private message thing, so you guys already know. But everybody else who hasn't seen it, I'll give you a second. Deepak Chopra and his wife. And I saw them waiting at the gate, and I wanted to go over, but there was someone sitting next to him. But if it was empty, I would have sat and then I would have chatted. And then he got up a couple times to start walking, and I kind of like started, but I didn't want to be a stalker. But when we got in the plane, he was sitting in the front, and when I went by, I just went up to him, and I said, "Good morning, Deepak and Mrs. Chopra, and my name's Eddie Luisi." And I said, "We've actually worked with each other together because I'm the stage manager for Good Morning America." And he gave me one of those, and then he gave me one of those. And then I went back because I didn't want to bug him. People were loading in. Around a half hour, 40 minutes later, I had an opportunity. So I got up, and I didn't even think. I just got up and I tapped him on the shoulder. I said, "I don't mean to bother you, but this is a long ride. So if you get bored, check out my ministry, Friends in the Spirit 111." And I gave him a card. So I have no idea if he checked me out on Facebook or LinkedIn or checked out any YouTube videos. But you know what? I put it out there in the universe every morning just to let you know. Not only do I have my ritual here in my house, and then when I go outside and I drive, when I'm in New York City going to work, when I get to 57th Street and 9th Avenue-ish, somewhere around there, maybe 10th or 11th, I don't remember. But CBS, the big broadcast center, was there. And I always put my hand up and I pray for all my CBS friends, for their faith, family, and friends, their health, wealth, and blessings. And then I pray for all their spiritual friends because I know Gail works there, I know Oprah works there, and they're connected with Deepak Chopra and Rob Bell and all their other spiritual friends. So I pray for Deepak all the time. So I gave him my card, and you never know. Maybe there's some type of connection, some type of love, some type of something that I sent out to the universe. So if something happens with that, I'll keep you posted. I am reading from a book that my son Andrew in Germany recommended, Stress Less, Accomplish More, by Emily Fletcher. And she's actually been on the Strahan, Sarah, and Kiki show. And so I met her there. We didn't really have any heavy-duty conversations, just professional. But it's interesting that my son found this book and loves it. So this is one paragraph I'm going to read from this book. This might be a good time to talk a little bit more about the concept of bliss. It's a word I've used quite a lot so far in this book, and it's something we all have at least a vague concept of. But I want to clarify exactly how I'm using bliss in this context. Bliss is not a synonym for cinnamon. I think I said the spice. SYNONYM, cinnamon. For happiness. It's not cotton candy and bubbles and lollipops. Bliss is the piece of you that knows everything is okay. It may be an infinitesimal piece of you that knows deep down that things are playing out exactly as they're meant. Even when you're sad, even when you're lonely, it's possible to experience bliss. In Judaism, it is similar to what is captured in the word shalom. In Christianity, it would be the peace that passes all understanding. Bliss is that beautiful, powerful sense of being that trusts inherently that things are exactly as they should be. As we meditate, this background of bliss gets stronger and easier, even during the challenging times. And remember, the theme is you are exactly where you are meant to be. And bliss is exactly that happiness all the time, even in the midst of stress and sadness and pain and other things that are going on in your life. And trust me, dear friends in the Spirit, I got all that stuff. But I try to remain blissful. I try to remain joyful because I have the light, the love of God, Jesus inside me. And so do you. Just have to believe it. And times when you're really stressed out, you know, I'm learning, the older I get, is to stop, close your eyes, and breathe. Just try to calm yourself down. So, hopefully, there's a little nugget in today's talk that you're enjoying. This is received from dailyword.com Unity. I am. I am an expression of unlimited spirit. Sometimes I identify so closely with my day-to-day life that I lose sight of my divine nature. Today I remember and reclaim who I am. I am limitless spirit expressing uniquely at the point of me. I boldly affirm. Okay, now the letter is a little smaller. So my old eyes, I got to get a little closer to the paper. I am not my body. I am the one who lives in my body. I am not my emotions. I am the one who feels my feelings. I am not my thoughts. I am the thinker of my thoughts. Beyond and behind the physical, emotional, and mental activity is the real me and the real you. Indwelling spirit is unlimited, infinite, and boundless. That is who I am. I live in perfect harmony with my divine identity. I speak the mindful expression of my I am with affirming, empowering words. I am whole, I am peaceful, I am loving, I am prosperous, I am blessed, I am a beloved child of God, I am grateful. And from Exodus 3:14, God said to Moses, I am who I am. I was going to make a joke there and I did it, so it probably wasn't that good of a joke anyway, so. For Neil Donald Walsh, on this day of your life, I believe God wants you to know. And whenever I say you, whenever I say I, it's all of us. Good? That your light is seen, your heart is known, your soul is cherished by more people than you might imagine. Believe that. Believe it. That your light is seen, your heart is known. Your soul is cherished by more people than you can imagine. You, dear friends in the Spirit, are blessed and a blessing. And I thank you for that. If you knew how many others have been touched in wonderful ways by you, you would be astonished. If you knew how many people feel so much for you, you would be shocked. You are far more wonderful than you think you are. Rest with that. Rest easy with that. Breathe again. You are doing fine, more than fine, better than fine. You're doing great, so relax and love yourself today. Then take in God's love right now. Take it in. You deserve it. Your friend Neil Donald Walsh. How beautiful is that? How many people that you have touched. And I know my two daughters, especially Grace, the 18-year-old who moved into Burbank. It's only been there a month. You know, I took time off and I'm a freelancer, so no work, no pay. I booked airplane, I booked hotels, I booked a rental car and took her out for meals and did shopping for her. And I don't know where the money is coming from. I'm hoping and praying, and I trust God will bless me with some extra income. But I was a blessing for her. And honestly, she was a blessing to me also, to be with her, to see her happiness, to see her joy, to see her thriving. I mean, the things that she is doing right now is what is not done by a normal 18-year-old. I mean, kind of normally Most people graduate high school and go right to college. And they're in a dorm, they're with people, they don't pay their electric bills, they don't have to cook and shop. They could go and they have the meal plans and stuff. Um, but she's doing it on her own. So she's a blessing to me. I'm a blessing to her. You, friends in the spirit, 111, are blessings to me and my family, especially you, Cliff. And you've been so wonderful helping me and my girls in California. So thank you. No greater power. This is received from Science of Mind. There's a quote from Marianne Williamson, A Return to Love. As we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence actually liberates others. Talking about fear, my dear friend Rev Melissa, and I think her last name is Mora, Moorer. She's the new head minister, pastor of the Centers for Spiritual Living, CSL in Rockland, and I attended two of her services, the first and second one. And I wrote to her and I said in Facebook, and I said, private message me, I want to chat with you. And she did, and we exchanged telephone numbers and we chit chatted. And I get my 2 cents of how I saw the difference between the two services. One, it was her as the lead, and then she had a musician, a singer, Ty, who's out there, and then she had another practitioner who gave a meditation and a prayer. So it's nice. There was a team of people. But then the second one, she was all by herself, and she didn't have the team, and she was just playing audio tapes, and it was time to receive the collection. She went around herself. And she even knew the difference between having a team and doing stuff by yourself. But in chit-chatting, we went back and forth, and then I sent her one of my videos because in one of these videos, I actually mentioned her, and I mentioned the theme was really about something that she said in her talk. So she said, I'd like you to come to our center and to give a talk one day. And I said, great. And then she also has a TV show, podcast, videocast, whatever you want to call, um, with New Thought Network. And she wants me to be a guest. So how beautiful is that, right? So I'm blessed. I'm being a blessing to others. You guys are blessed and you're being a blessing to others. So let your light shine. And Melissa, let your light shine if you're watching this. And thank you. And from Ernest Holmes, Living the Science of Mind. There is a power for good in the universe greater than you are, and you can use it. Little coffee break. Anyone who knows me knows I love superheroes. This is from the reading, but I kind of like superheroes a little bit too. One of the first to profoundly affect me spiritually was Spider-Man. When Peter Parker's Uncle Ben, that was the Peter Parker's Uncle Ben, never mind. Ben tells him, with great power comes great responsibility. I immediately connected it to a lesson from Bible study. To whom much is given, much is required. Luke 12:48. Whatever we have that we call our gifts, talents, skills, blessings, etc., we are called to bring into the world. We are called to be the living embodiment of our spiritual magnificence and to live it out loud, not to hide it under a bushel or within the walls of our centers. And that's what I'm trying to do here, dear friends in the Spirit 111. All these gifts, talents, blessings that I have, I'm trying to bestow them on you and to share with you. And hopefully it helps. Hopefully it helps a little bit. What does it look like to unleash the full expansiveness of our God selves into our lives? Living in an open, authentic, transparent manner as Marianne Williamson says, gives others permission to do the same. We create the tipping point where the new mass consciousness is that of health, well-being, abundance, joy, and peace. The old consciousness of lack, scarcity, racism, sexism, political animosity, homophobia, and more all become what we read about in history books. When Holmes says there is a power for good in the universe greater than you are, I believe he is referring the allness of God as being greater. It is greater in that it is not bound or limited by time, duality, death, but rather is everywhere present all at once eternally. And that presence and power is right now individualizing itself as you. That's how powerful you are. And the affirmation or prayer: I accept my power. I affirm my power. I declare my power. I live my power. My power is that of Source, and I use it effectively, lovingly, and wisely. I'm going to read from 3 Minutes a Day, Christopher Books. Volunteer in a wheelchair. Many years ago, Mrs. John Nichols completed more than 1 hour of voluntary hospital work, and she did it all as a paraplegic, confined to a wheelchair. Propelling herself around the corridors of New Jersey's Inglewood Hospital, been there, Mrs. Nichols headed the Volunteer Services Committee, the Visitors Aid Service, and was a member of the hospital's executive board. Attracted to hospital work at age 18, she began as a clinic aide in New York Presbyterian. Been there. With a few years' interruption for a long series of operations, she kept at it afterwards. In quotes, she makes all the visitors feel relaxed and comfortable with her big smiles, commented an associate. Then you're startled when she leaves her desk on an errand and goes zipping around in that wheelchair. Succumb to self-pity and you'll accomplish little or nothing. But go with what you got, whatever your limitations, and you can be an effective instrument of God's love. And from 1 Timothy 4:14, do not neglect the gift that is in you. And a little prayer. Father, may we stress our assets and minimize our liabilities in efforts to serve others. So, dear friends in the Spirit, I am going to read a poem by Charlotte Tall Mountain. It's called Love of the World. Then I'm going to read a few affirmations, and then I think I'm done. For the love of a tree, she went out on a limb. For the love of the sea, she rocked the boat. For the love of the earth, she dug deeper. For the love of community, she mended fences. For the love of the stars, she let her light shine. For the love of spirit, she nurtured her soul. For the love of a good time, she sowed seeds of happiness. For the love of God, she drew down the moon. And I think in the very beginning I did a little reading, a little quote that had the moon with it and a picture. For the love of nature, she made compost. For the love of a good meal, she gave thanks. For the love of family, she reconciled differences. For the love of creativity, she entertained new possibilities. For the love of her enemies, she suspended judgment. For the love of herself, she acknowledged her own worth. And the world was richer for her. How beautiful is that? So, dear friends in the Spirit 111, every morning I tell you I read reflections and prayers. and I read this affirmation. It's a list of maybe 20 affirmations. Today is a good day, I call it. Now, what I did, I put together these affirmations from 2 different books, readings. Um, and then they were all I am, I am, I am. But then I wanted to include my family and you, my dear friends in the Spirit 111, and our friends in the universe, wherever you may be. So I made it plural. So this is all written I am, but I'm going to see how quick I am to change it all to plural. Today is a great day. We are filled with the life and love of God. We are one with our highest good. We are strong and vibrant. We are divinely protected and walk in line with divine good. God life surges through our entire bodies. We are invisible to the energies that do not have our highest good at heart. The power and perfection of God flow through us constantly and keep us in superb health. We rejoice in physical wholeness. We are a vibrational match to our highest good. We start our day with positive thoughts. Our body is rested and our mind is clear. Our day unfolds with ease and grace. We are open to receive God's favor and abundance. Creative possibilities surround us. People support us throughout the day. We take action with faith and clarity. We bring joy to others. We are a positive influence on the world and universe. We bring the light of Jesus wherever we go. All is well. We are grateful and blessed. So, dear friends in the Spirit 111, I was going to wrap it up, but I'm going to just mention one thing. I record on Final Cut Pro, and for some reason my computer does all these backups. So when I recorded this morning, I set my alarm for the weekend at 5 a.m. to record these videos, and I recorded the whole thing. And when I went to play back and then I add all the lower thirds that you see underneath here, it stopped at like 1940, and I was talking for like 25 minutes. And I didn't know what to do. I couldn't find the other part of the video. So I called up 2 friends that are Final Cut Pro friends, and one was busy. I didn't get that person. The other one's on vacation in New York, so he wasn't at his computer. But I knew I wanted to finish this tonight, Sunday night, because I know a lot of you would like to, read this at home tonight or listen to it in bed. So I put on my phone, right? I have on my phone, I have all these different times and schedules and stuff. So I changed the 5 a.m. Friends in the Spirit 111 message to 1:11 p.m. Okay, just figure I throw in the 111 in there. My wife, somewhere around 1 o'clock or so before 1, says, "Hey, why don't you call Apple support?" I call Apple support up and I get this wonderful guy. I think his name was Lou, and he took charge of my screen and he walked me through everything. And I was able to delete all this old material that just accumulated on my computer. I still had to re-record it, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm re-recording at 7 p.m. But after we got off, he said, "Will you do a little survey?" And I said, "Sure." It was like a 7-question survey. When I finished the survey and press send, it comes back, "Thank you for finishing the survey." What time was it? 1:11 p.m. I put in 1:11 p.m. I was going to finish. I finished the survey at 1:11 p.m. So I know that God is good. God wanted me to finish this. So the rest of the day, I went out, did stuff, just came back from church, ate a little something, and I'm finishing this for you guys. So I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to stay blessed and a blessing. Share your faith with family and friends, and cue the Spirit.
Namaste.